All right, how's it going, everybody? The long-awaited live. Sorry I missed out doing it on Saturday. I have been a little under the weather, and my internet's also been a little off. So first off, please let me know if you can hear me, and if I lag out or anything. Hopefully I come back pretty quickly. I'm moving Airbnbs in about a couple days, and hopefully I have better internet after that. So before we get into it, please be sure to smash that like button. Let's get this video out to as many people as possible. I can tell that a lot of people want to be, seeing this or, do have questions about this. So please be sure to ask your questions as I go. Please be sure to tell me who you are, where you're from, because I can't tell any of that from this live. And also be sure to let me know, as the topic of this live is, if you've had any issues with your Facebook Marketplace account recently, more so issues related around getting banned or anything like that. We've seen tons of people getting banned, and I'm not going to just beat around the bush about it. It is what's happening. There's a lot of people that have been getting banned recently. Thankfully, a lot of them have been able to get their accounts back, but of course it causes unneeded stress, unneeded anxiety, and some people get screwed over not being able to upload their tracking numbers and potentially getting some of their orders refunded that they couldn't get out to their customers or get their tracking uploaded on time to their customers. And I want to address all of this. I didn't want to come out right away without doing some research. And I'm thankful that I had a couple extra days to go over this because there were some new findings since then. So I'm happy to, be able to add some extra insight to it. So before I get into it, I'm just going to read off some of the questions here. So we got Jeff Burkhardt here. He has a question about, why he thinks this has happened. We'll be going more in depth in that while I go live here. And pretty much everything is actually questions about this already. So please just let me know if you've been banned or anything like that. And I have some things to show about it, some things to talk about it. And I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to get to all the questions. So don't worry if I don't answer it. I will get to them. Don't ask the same question, please, like 3 or 4 times, because I will get to all of the questions, hopefully, unless like way too many people come on this live. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and I'm going to share screen, and here we are, and share. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen, and I'm going to bring up the first thing here. So firstly, if you are not in this Facebook group is called Shipping on Marketplace. It's put on by the Facebook Marketplace community. It's verified. This is by Facebook. If you look at the people that are the admins here in the group, if you go to the About or the members, and you're going to see that they all work for Facebook or have some part or role in Facebook. One of them being this woman, Amelia Clay, who's the admin, and she seems to take on the majority of the questions and the majority of the update. She takes on posting people about updates. One thing about this is you can tell they like to turn the commenting off on a lot of these posts. They know there's an issue on Facebook, and to just talk about it a little bit, most people are saying, it happened to one of my accounts. We got banned, but we got back in. But a lot of people are saying, they got banned. Then, for suspicious activity, they have to redo their passwords or re-upload their passwords or change their password. And at that point in time, they might get back in, but they don't have marketplace access. Then you have to appeal again. Sometimes they ask for pictures, and I've even heard as far as past pictures of yourself, like a selfie. They're legitimately asking for some people to post videos of themselves, like of their face, to make sure that you are who you say you are. So we have a few things to talk about here on that point, but let's just talk about the account ban. So 5 days ago, Amelia Clay here acknowledges that there is an issue, account lock, and she always uses these little things as splitting up her ideas, whatever those are, like pipe somethings or whatever, / account ban. So hi, everyone. A big issue that has been brought to my attention is the account lock or account ban. I want to assure you I have brought it to the attention of our team. At this moment, we do not have any updates for you on this issue, and will keep you updated as we reach a resolution. We know this is frustrating for the priority. It is the priority of our team, blah, 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 keep in touch with you with updates. This is 5 days ago. Turns off comments on it right away. And at least there was an acknowledgement of it. So it was about 7 days ago when all this stuff was happening. And, she acknowledged it like 2 days later. So as we go on, just keep in mind that I will post all these links in the description afterwards, so you can see these links as well. I just haven't had time. I was curating them all up until the point I went live. So 5 days ago, there was an acknowledgement. So let's move on from there. Now we got 3 days ago. there was another acknowledgement. So account bans with this little thingy / KYC restrictions. So one thing I think a lot of people overlooked here is what KYC stands for. And it actually stands for Know Your Customer. So it's account ban / Know Your Customer restrictions. And a lot of people are saying, like I saw some comments beforehand, that they think it's because of VPNs or your VAs logging in or using software like ZDrop or or using stock images. I can tell you right now that I don't think it's any of that. I really think it is because of Know Your Customer restrictions. So what is Know Your Customer restrictions? I believe it came about in 2001 after 9/11 during the Patriot Act. And it's this reason why you can't go to the bank and just open up a bank right away because they don't want you funneling money off to terrorists. They say it's to know your customer. You need to know your customer. You need to get certain information out of your customer. And I believe the main reason why they're asking for photos, your social security number, video identification, photo identification, things like that, is legitimately because there is one, Facebook definitely got hacked recently, and two, there's a lot of people out there that are trying to circumvent having one account or two account by buying accounts on the internet. So say you buy an account on the internet, that's just like a seasoned marketplace account, and it's under some random name that's been around for a while. And then, they ask you for photo identification. And at that point in time, it's not the right person, not the same person, then you get banned. So 3 days ago, they acknowledged it again. Hi, everybody. Thank you for all your posts and messages about the widespread account bans over the past week. I know it's extremely frustrating. We're doing our best work towards a resolution. The team found the root cause to the ban issue earlier today and put out a resolution that should have a lot of you back up and running. So everything I've heard, the majority of our students have gotten their account back, but there are still some that haven't. And at that point in time, you definitely need to keep resubmitting tickets and everything to their really non-existent customer support team, which is another issue here. And this goes in part with me saying since the very beginning of Facebook Marketplace that it is a brand new platform and that there are going to be issues. We didn't expect issues this big, but this is what happened. So you gotta roll with the punches here. So she said, I'm adding a poll to this post for 2 items to get a better pulse on who has all been affected and send the results back to the team. So basically, if your account was banned incorrectly, or you believe it was banned incorrectly, or if you're still stuck in verification for 2+ weeks. So that's being banned incorrectly and the Know Your Customer restrictions, both things. As you can tell, there's almost 400 people here that have said their account was banned incorrectly, almost 100 people saying that it's been stuck in verification for over 2+ weeks. And obviously other things, still incorrectly banned after password change from Marketplace and all buy-sell pages. Please help. We need customer support representation. Otherwise, it's unfair to charge 5% fee. I do think that that's true. So one thing to keep in mind, and my mom told me about this, I do not watch the news, and I'm also currently in Mexico, is that there's 2 articles that even just came across in Massachusetts recently where my parents live about how 2 weeks ago, a woman got banned on Facebook or got hacked. They started charging a bunch of stuff on her account. One thing in this article that you can read here says the personal information of more than 500 million Facebook users surfaced over the weekend on a website used by hackers, raising new questions about Facebook security. So I do believe that this probably played a huge role in the aspect here of them probably trying to roll out some form of an update, probably trying to roll it out too quickly, and in return, people getting banned because of it, because it flagged a bunch of people as suspicious activity like it did. At that point in time, screwed over a bunch of people. I think this is the biggest reason why something like this did happen. I'm taking a stab at it here. I'm taking a guess, but I believe it's an educated guess. There's another one from a couple days ago, even though it does say it was updated today, about another man in Massachusetts who got banned, can't get in contact with any support, yada, yada, yada. Same thing, pretty much very similar issues all within the past weeks. And this is just from Massachusetts. There was a bunch more from other states as well. So with that being said, I'm just going to look at what people are saying in the comments first, because I don't have 2 monitors right here. Non-existent customer service. All right, so everything's working. So I'm just going to go back. We have 95 people watching. So be sure to smash the like button just to get this out to as many people as we can, because I want at least some information going out there about it, because it is absolutely outrageous, like I said. So I'm going to share my screen again, just to go back. Share. So basically I posted this post and my private members Facebook group for the course. And I am going to take this and post it in, the description of this video. And basically we say join the Shipping on Marketplace Facebook group. It is where a lot of updates go on. But one thing to mention is that they just didn't let any posts go through for like the last 3 days until like a couple hours ago. And they're definitely, suppressing your ability to leave comments on specific posts where you're going to be complaining about getting banned. Definitely typical Facebook censorship. And there's 2 YouTube videos here. So this is if you've got banned and you want to get back into your marketplace in order to upload tracking numbers. There are 2 hacks and 2 videos that are out there on the internet, which I'll have links to. And it's basically both of them are you do it on your phone, you go into your marketplace, you turn off your data, you turn back on your data, and somehow you can get in and upload your tracking numbers. It's pretty shifty. We were calling it the backdoor access key. There's 2 of them that pretty much explain the same thing. And for anybody that's having issues with this, then, we're going to hope that this helps you out as well. And then also, we did put this link down below, which is supposedly another way to go and contact Facebook to open up a ticket if you've been banned or in trouble. Although I haven't really tested this one out yet. Another student said that it did work. And then we did put together a guide, which is pretty much the same thing as what's mentioned in these 2 videos. So I'm not going to play the videos or anything for you guys because I don't want to waste too much time here without answering any questions. But watch these videos. Everything will be linked below in the description after this, and we'll be good to go. But another thing I want to mention here, besides all the other issues that have come about with getting banned, there's also that they do bi-weekly bug updates in this Shipping on Marketplace Facebook group. Amelia Clay herself, who conveniently, if you check out her story, did just get a brand new convertible Mercedes-Benz in the last day while she's not attending to answering anybody's questions in the Facebook Marketplace group. But that's just the irony of it here. So one thing, it basically breaks it down. This is before any of the, acknowledging that people are getting banned comes about. And so basically number 1 is bugs reaching resolution. This is incorrect shipping costs charged on shipping orders. So this is if you have, or if you're, charging shipping, or if you're going to use a label through Facebook Marketplace, they were charging the wrong amount. You can get your, the amount refunded back to you. But for the whole aspect of dropshipping, the way that we've been teaching it, this probably shouldn't affect you very much. Here's bugs in process, bugs that they actually, acknowledged before the whole banning thing and that they're working on. One is keyword tags no longer appear on Marketplace Mobile. I don't think it's the biggest issue, but, you'd rather have the functionality of the app working properly rather than not properly. Unable to leave ratings for customers. I think that is a big issue because the whole way the rating system has worked hasn't really made any sense whatsoever. It's all just kind of been about how many messages you've had with a customer. You can't leave some of them. Some people can leave you a rating even if they never even bought from you. That's been all over the place. They're trying to work on that. Users are receiving offers on listings, but when they try to check them, it shows that the item is not available. That's something where, I don't really accept offers from people just because I don't want to be annoyed by them. But if you are doing that, that could be an issue for you. And then this is kind of where they start to acknowledge it, other than 5 days ago, is that accounts are being locked due to suspicious activity and users are being asked to reset their passwords. After logging back in, the user are unable to access Marketplace and that the request to use Marketplace platform is under review. So that's basically alluding to everything I just talked about. And then here's long-standing product issues. I think that there's a couple big points here that we need to address. So one thing is the low views, which I think is very interesting. If you're experiencing low views on your listing, there's an internal update that has been released recently that should have you seeing positive changes in your account views. That said, there are a few ways, a few things, and we recommend for sellers to follow to enhance their quality of listings. One is provide good, clear, authentic pictures of your products. We do not recommend using stock images from other websites or pictures that aren't yours. So that's one thing that I think is very, very, very interesting because we've seen a ton of people listing with stock images. I've done it myself. We make sales with it. But is this something in the future that they could be cracking down on? Doesn't allude to drop shipping, but in fact, maybe it could be because of that. And then, this is kind of questionable. This is something I really want to keep an eye on moving forward. And then number 2 is provide informative description of your product. That's fine. So basically add keywords to your title. So here's long verification wait times. Basically, if they ask you to submit your documentation, or whether they ask for an ID or passport, which they have for some people, I've never been asked that. Basically that they're going to have a more detailed post on it tomorrow, they said. I didn't see that. And if you're experiencing issues, resubmit it is basically what they're saying. Please, and then if not, just contact the support team. Really not very helpful. And then issues with items being stuck in review, they basically just tell you to relist the item. And then a bunch of people are upvoting that their account was locked due to suspicious activities. But I think one of the biggest things here is providing good, clear, authentic pictures of your products. I wonder how they track it. If you're taking pictures from the reviews of the items like we've taught before, mainly in the course, but this whole video is just trying to clear the air on a lot of issues. Then is this something to be weary of? I'm not sure, because it says products that aren't or images or pictures that aren't yours. After that, they did update the seller appeals process, getting chargebacks and other refunds for items when people just put in a request for it and you just weren't even told about it. They revamped the Your Sales page, and there's in-app notifications about buyers' claims and appeals. And in the future, they're going to allow you, believe it or not, to actually put your information out there, fight your side of the battle before they just refund the customer. Lo and behold, that's absolutely wild. And they did do a video on April 8th, basically talking about this. And this dude's like the product developer guy. And he said he always keeps referring to, basically, like you would see on other platforms, you have the ability to actually fight your claim before they just refund the buyer. I don't know how that didn't come about as something that should be done right away, but at least they're trying here. So that's pretty much what I have. I'm going to answer the questions. I believe there's probably going to be a lot, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now, and we're going to get into it. So let's scroll all the way back up to the top. So be sure to, just ask any questions. I'm sweating profusely, as I always do on lives. I got to turn my AC up. And let's get into it. So number one here is Jeff Burkhardt. It says, made it. I've heard people say it's because of software. Others say it's because you're logging in and out too many times and using a VPN, a VA. Looking forward to some wisdom from the master. So hopefully, if you stayed on here, Jeff, and read exactly, or listen to what I said, I don't believe it's really because of software. I don't believe it's because of people logging in and out, because if you look in the group, it's not always people that have been drop shipping that are in trouble. It's actually it was a ton of people, a literal ton of people. Not everybody was drop shipping. Even just people selling things, from around their house or whatever, were getting low listing views or getting banned and things like that. And, you really want to make sure. I just don't want to spread misinformation. There's nothing that's really saying that, as compared to it's being literally like an across the board glitch, and the fact that, Facebook Marketplace doesn't seem to have their stuff together. They seem to have their stuff together more like 6 months ago than they do now. But I think it's because they're really trying to do too many things at once. And in reality, it's like not all things are getting done properly, and they're trying to do random little updates and then screwing everything else up. So that's what I believe. But, maybe more information will come out in the future. Also, like I said, they haven't allowed posts in the group for like the last 3 days. I did just refresh it like 20 minutes ago, and they started to allow posts back in, but none of them are about people getting banned. So I'm assuming they're picking and choosing which posts to allow into the group, because they are the all-seeing big brother eye of Facebook. So Daniel says, what's going on, Legend? How's it going, man? How many different marketplaces do you sell on besides eBay and Facebook? At the moment, it's eBay, Amazon, and Facebook. That's really it. I do have a Walmart account, but we've been really focusing on another project with eBay that will eventually go on to Walmart, that we want to make sure we have everything properly set up before we do it. So it's just eBay, Amazon, Facebook. We're in the process of moving everything over to wholesale. Besides Facebook at the moment is a mixture. But I do really want to continue down the Facebook wholesale dropshipping, even on Facebook eventually. And hopefully we can get that done. So that's one thing here. And that's just what I have to say about it. So Ronald says, do you still recommend IP Burger for fulfillment VAs or another VPN? I'm starting to hire my first VAs, and I'm looking at TeamViewer to avoid Facebook issues. So you can use TeamViewer if you want. I haven't really messed with it too much, other than like actually needing it for specific things. but I believe you need to have your computer on in order to have them be able to get into your team viewer. I don't think that's the biggest issue. You can leave it on, but we've had really no problems with other VPNs, and I really don't think it's the biggest issue. But if you want to take it to the next level of safety, I believe TeamViewer would work the best, probably just because it's literally not a VPN. It's them legitimately logging into your computer from a software, basically is what it is. So I think you should be fine if you want to go the TeamViewer route. But if you go IP Burger, I use other ones, private internet access. Other people use Nord. I use ExpressVPN on my phone. I don't think it truly matters too much. But one thing I will say is that they definitely do track. Instagram, I know for a fact, tracks your IP, but I don't know if they care about it too much. Like, I don't know how much Facebook cares about the IP logging into your account, other than just knowing that they track it. Sorry, I'm a bit sick here. So Miss Elaine says, is selling on Facebook Marketplace still profitable? It's still 100% profitable. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's just there's a lot of issues to deal with. Again, since the beginning of this, we've been preaching pretty much the fact that it's the Wild West. It's easy to get started. Almost everybody in the US has a marketplace account. Almost everybody has shipping offered to them. And at that point in time, all they really need to do is just start listing and selling right away. But, at that point in time, it's also that you need to deal with other issues that are coming out. I'm going to put this user, seeing recommendation. Who the hell spams on YouTube Live like this? You're in timeout, whoever your name is. But it's still 100% profitable. We have students that are absolutely killing it. We have some of our best students I was messaging, the ones that are selling and absolutely killing it. Didn't even get banned during this most recent ban. And I believe, like I said, it's all about the verification. There's other reasons why they may ask for your information on your account, like pictures of you and things like that, before any of this happened. So if you've already done something like that, I believe that you probably have a higher likelihood of not getting banned and just a lower chance of getting banned in general. But that's the issues. Do I think it's going to get cleared out? I really hope it gets fixed as soon as possible. Like, I think at the very least they could just undo what they were doing and kind of go from there. But it's not very transparent. I have as much information as you guys do. I've just been reading more into it, I would say, and really trying to figure out the nuances here with it. So hopefully that helps. Jake says, yes, Tom, I believe that's when I asked if you could hear me. Jameson Griffith is in the house. How's it going, Jameson? Glad to see you here. I haven't done a live in like a month, I don't think, but trying to get back into it. Hey, Tom, excited for this discussion. Smash that like button. Let's get this out to as many people as possible. Thank you very much. Continuing my streak, Tom. You can't call me out anymore. Yeah, I won't call you out. I believe in you. I believe you'll show up to the rest of them. We got Dan from Pennsylvania in here. Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. Ronald says, I got my account suspended after an unusual activity. Change your password prompt. This is what most people got. Got it back the next day after sending messages every 5 to 6 hours. Fingers crossed. So hopefully, you stay where you are right now with your account back. But, if it happens again, just be known that there's a very, 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 very high likelihood you will get it back. We got Braden Sky says, every time I've gotten my account banned, I've gotten it back. But every time I've gotten an account back, it's gotten banned again. I'm averaging a ban per week per account. It almost makes Facebook unusable. Yeah, that's absolutely wild. I did see that you are selling much, much more than the average person. I saw one of your messages in one of the other Facebook groups saying that you did like 250,000 in sales last year. So, I do think some form of volume might trigger something in Facebook's algorithm. Like, lo and behold, maybe they don't want you selling that much on Facebook Marketplace. Who knows? Like, there's really no answers out there. And if you're selling that much, maybe you're triggering a system of some form of velocity review. Maybe try slowing it down. I'm not sure, honestly, but at least you can get it back. Like I said, everybody has gotten it back. It seems it's just a pain in the ass, and you might end up losing some money if you can't get back in to upload your tracking. So Ryan says that he's banned currently. I'm sorry to hear it. He also said, I think it has something to do with the phone app and Facebook account. I don't really think that it has much to do with that. I really do think it's to do with them trying to cover up their security and just doing a literal terrible job in doing so. So Clint says, does anybody have a link to message/contact Facebook to appeal? I got locked out 3 times. So try that link that I showed here during the live. Also try to go into your app, but if you're locked out of the app, then you got to try the other link. But it's absolutely, I mean, it's a huge pain. Like I said, it is. Yeah, I'm gonna just say right now, it's something that we didn't expect. Like we stopped all the training like on it. There's nobody can get into it. Like we completely acknowledge the fact that it's completely messed up, and we're not going to try to push anybody into buying something that's not good. But hopefully we can bounce back from this, like we've said. And after that, we are updating the course currently as well. So we're going to come out with hopefully the pinnacle course for Facebook Marketplace. And hopefully in the time that we finish all the updates, everybody else, everything's gotten back to normal or some degree of normalcy, and we can move from there, just knowing what we know now, and then just kind of move forward that way. So that's my idealistic out view on it. But hopefully, like I said, it all goes according to plan. So nope, thankfully I've not been banned. And again, I've talked to other people that sell a lot that have literally never been banned either. It makes no sense. Ecom Tomcat says 71 people watching, 13 likes, smash the like button. We got 98 people. I saw 100. The app that I use to stream this is not usually 100% accurate. So smash that like button. Again, I'm sure there's tons of people out here asking this question. There's literally 400 plus people who are saying that they got banned just in one group. So make sure to smash the like button. I want to get this out to as many people as possible. I think that this video is going to be helpful to a lot of people, and at least explaining things from my perspective. We got Ian says was banned for 24 hours. Facebook apologized and said it was a technical error. Again, lo and behold. Hi, Tom. Can you confirm me on the Facebook group? I can after this. If you just ask to join today, the virtual assistant that we have does it once a day. So hopefully that is what the issue is. I don't want you sitting in there for too long if for some reason you didn't get accepted. But yeah. Tom, quick question. How can I keep the inventory updated on Facebook using SKU Grid? So the SKU Grid thing, honestly, the app just came out. We're testing it out right now. It seems slightly, pretty glitchy. And adding on all the other errors that are going on right now, it kind of fell to the back burner as we're trying to figure out other things as to why literally everybody's getting banned. So in the meantime, I haven't 100% figured it out. And I don't think it's the best at the moment. From what I've heard, it doesn't work on items that I've already sold and other issues like that. So I'm going to be working on it in the next week or so, because they finally just fully, put it out and updated it, which I didn't even get told about until I got an email about it. So yeah, I've kind of been behind the 8 ball on that one because of the whole everybody getting banned thing. So Lazy Abrams in here. How's it going, man? Thanks for showing up. And we got Juan Luis Gonzalez Garcia said, hey, Tom, does SKU Grid have a lister for Facebook? No, not at the moment, but I would use Z-Drop because Z-Drop does have a lister and it does seem to work very well. Some people are alluding to it not, being part of the reason why you're getting banned. But I know that there's tons of people that have gotten banned that don't use Z-Drop, and tons of people that are literally just old people that sell their antiques and they've had issues. So I don't think it's Z-Drop. There's nothing that really brings it to my attention that should be the reason. We got Strange Soul says, sup, Tom. I am Swift PE. What? I don't know. The Swift Profits on Instagram. Thanks for showing up, man. Appreciate it. Daniel Combs says, hey, Tom, how do we connect SKU Grid to Facebook Marketplace? Does it work automatically or just the notification system? So right now, inside of the training that we have, we've been teaching the notification system. I think the notification system is pretty much the more foolproof way of doing it, but it's going to be the absolute most just actual. You're going to have to do everything by hand as well. So it's going to be actual work. But again, their Chrome extension that they just came out with, I've heard is buggy, and because of all this update, and I had visitors here for the last 5 days, I've kind of fallen behind on trying to get that done because I'm trying to figure out why everybody's getting banned. They banned me for no reason 1 week and no apology. I lost all of the shipping, a lot of shipping, of course. So hopefully those videos that I showed when I was sharing my screen help you out next time this happens, or if this happens again, just to make sure. So wow, Braden says, I've had the verification asking for video of my face twice on 2 accounts. So they verified it twice. They verified your one face twice. I mean, I can tell you right now that Facebook has some very big brother level style of facial recognition, because I've made like stealth accounts and stuff on Facebook, and I've uploaded pictures of myself, and they can definitely tell. They ban you very quickly. They ask for a photo of your face, and then if your account's already in bad standing with them, which some of mine might be. So I don't know, the fact that they verified your face twice, again, the system's all over the place. Does this issue cause unrequested refunds and unable to submit tracking number? It does for some people. Again, you're going to have to try to get in using some of the updates that I talked about in this video, including going into the app, turning off your data, turning it back on. The videos are going to be in the description after this. Non-existing customer service. That's very true. I really think that they should have customer service. But again, if they're this far behind on things, I can guarantee you that they are so far off on getting a dedicated customer service team that it's not even funny. So it seems like they're going to go the Amazon route where you can't really talk to anybody. And if you do, it's somebody in like Costa Rica or India, and then they disagree with you. And then when they agree with you, they say, oh yeah, that's great, but you should email this email. And then they just literally tell you to email, the support email, and they don't do anything. So I have a feeling that's more of the way the customer support's going to go. Simply with the fact that Facebook has always been known for having bad customer support. Like there's never been a way to contact Facebook really. There's never been a way to call Instagram or anything like that. It doesn't seem like they're going to get dedicated customer support anytime soon. So first time I got locked out, I was provided birthday, then got locked out again and had to verify friends. Just got locked out again last night and had to do a face video verification. There you go. Like it's kind of sketchy, honestly. I just got my shipping option back, but have not started selling it again. Should I hold off for a while? I mean, it's all up to you. If you think that you can, if you think you can reason it, then or go for it. Maybe sell like only list items slowly. Make sure that you're not selling too much. Don't overextend yourself, and kind of go from there. At that point in time, just adjust accordingly if everything's good. Matt says this is crazy. I know. Trust me. Hello, I recently got my Facebook account blocked yesterday. Provided my photo ID verification, requested a review as they advised. How should I proceed to get my account back? I would try to open up a ticket, like I said, and they might open it back up. Honestly, it's all up in the air. So Big Chungus says, I just love that name. Says, oh my God, Facebook's incompetence is over the roof. That is very true. Since I was banned, I could not upload tracking numbers to Marketplace for funding the customers on my products. I paid for and shipped after 3 days went by. Do you know how to get my money back from Facebook? Again, I don't think it's going to happen. Let's be honest. They don't seem to even know how to keep accounts instated on, their selling platform. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, there are ways to scheme into your account, which hopefully work. They do for some people. And if not, maybe charge back on your credit card. Again, you shouldn't be held liable for such things. I really just think it's completely messed up. Can you give the link for the Facebook support ticket? Oh, wait, I'm locked out, so I can't even submit a ticket, huh? I mean, it really depends on which way you go about it. I'm going to have every link in the description, like I said. Rushed out the shower to make it here. Any advice on scaling Facebook Marketplace, though? I mean, I'd do it slowly. List items as you go. Hopefully not get banned. And, that's kind of my advice at the moment. Just list more items. But again, there's obviously some issues going on at the moment. Is not having the buy now button the same problem? That is another issue that they talked about in one of the updates. Check the shipping on Marketplace Facebook group. And is it against Facebook terms of service to refer your customers to an eBay account? I would say so. I mean, I wouldn't do it. They definitely read your messages. I can guarantee you they know everything that you send through messaging. So I really would not do that. Although it makes sense. I just don't think that you would want to do such a thing. But again, other people have been mentioning that they don't have the buy now button. That was another issue that is on their bi-weekly bug update. So, we can only sit back and wait. It said due to COVID, we may not be able to review your account. How can we contact Facebook and other people see our blocked account and send messages to me? Again, I'm not sure. Like I've said, I've answered the same question, I believe, like 8 times now. It's all about just attempting. Let's be honest. Maybe go on the app, maybe try to get into the account somehow. Again, I'm going to put all the resources that I have down below in the description after this, and I'm probably not going to answer this question again. When's the Walmart course coming out again? Far off. We need to make sure that this one's is working properly, and that everything's working, the best that it can before we really go into Walmart. We've been working a lot on wholesale eBay. Like I've been talking about the past couple lives, I believe. Wholesale eBay using a software called FlexPoint. I'm very particular about how software and programs are set up. So it's been a very slow process because I make them connect in and do everything like custom coding and custom programming. And so far the account has done about like 6,000 in sales in the last 30 days. It's averaging like 10.5% profit margin, and it's very promising. We just need to list more items up and kind of just make sure that we double down on it. I think that the account will be hitting 50,000 in sales in the next probably 2 or 3 months. It's semi-seasoned of an account, so it won't get banned for that, or I hope not. And we're gonna grow it as best as possible, and then take all those listings and put them on a Walmart and start learning Walmart that way. So Amelia Clay be playing, bro. Community manager, my ass. Yeah, I know. It also says that she works for Jungle Scout, which is a Amazon product research tool. So I don't really get it. My throat is dying over here. My cameraman got me sick. I think they need to acknowledge the review listing issue. It happens when I restock an item. It goes under review for a while. Yeah, again, they acknowledged it as it's something that they know about and something that they are trying to fix. I'm sure if there's just that one dude from that video that I showed, working on this with like a small team or whatever of developers, they're absolutely understaffed. I can guarantee that. They're going to say because of COVID or other things like that. I highly doubt it. It's really just, I don't think that they expected this much of a pickup in, just the whole shipping option thing or people using Marketplace. And at that point in time, they kind of screwed themselves over and got overloaded. Got my entire Facebook account disabled after getting Marketplace disabled, going on 6 days now. There we go. It's terrible to hear, honestly. Let's get this Facebook bread. Yes, as long as your account can stay open. Any news on integrating Facebook shops to Marketplace? So again, they asked for a beta test group like 2 weeks ago for the Facebook shops, or listing through a Facebook page through a shop on Marketplace. I didn't get into it. I already have an account connected to shops on Marketplace, but it doesn't sell anything. I have no idea what's wrong with it. And at this point in time, again, I'm not really sure. Like, I have no idea. The beta group, like, if this is as big of an issue as I believe it is, then they probably have put some stop to the beta group. If anybody is in that beta group that they talked about in the shipping on Marketplace, the group the other day, let me know because I'd be interested. But again, I'm not really sure. Why am I not getting notifications for Messenger? It might be one of your settings in Facebook. Again, I'm not sure. Please don't post the same question multiple times within 1 minute if I don't get to it. I don't know if I just cut out or not. Where can we find the information you were reading from? Again, I will leave it in the description down below after this video. I think it's for suspicious activity. They asked me for my contact number and email to confirm, and them that I have to change my password. And immediately when I got access, I couldn't get into Facebook again. Yeah, that's kind of what I mentioned. It's I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm just going in circles here saying the same thing over and over again. I have heard in another Facebook group that they are rolling out updates that will allow you to sell as a business on Facebook. What do you know about this? Again, I just mentioned that. It is something that they're trying to roll out, but if this whole issue is as big as they say it is, or as we think it is, they probably have stopped this. I'm not really sure. I've answered this one. What about promoted ads on listings? Opinion, thanks. Again, we've had some people say that it does do well, or that they've done well with it. We've also had people say that it did nothing. I've tested a few times and haven't seen any success with it, but other people have said that they have. Like if you're good at actually doing ads or targeting people properly, then maybe it's for you, but I'm not good at doing those things. So it clearly, I guess, is not for me. it's really just something that I've never been good at and have been banned on Facebook for trying to run ads many times. So it's definitely an issue. How do you get a second account on Facebook? So second accounts used to be allowed, I believe, or at least they just didn't have any of the software in place to detect it. But nowadays it is actually in their rules that you cannot have a second account. So you can't, technically. You could try to use somebody else's account with all their information, which then again the issue comes into play when you're trying to actually do taxes at the end of the year. It's going to have to go through their 1099. If they start allowing you to list with a business on a Facebook and you can use your EIN number, that's going to be a little bit different. But at this point in time, that's really all we have for options. Anybody outside the US without the buy button / shipping option, who's actually crushing it? I mean, we had some students. We haven't had any students for a while talk about it, but we do have students that I know that are doing well in the UK. I just think a lot of people don't like to mention, eventually after a while, they just go, I'm making money. I don't really want to talk about my successes or whatever in the Facebook group. And, that's what I have to say about it. So we got Eric in here. What's up? How's it going, Eric? Long time no talk. Hope you're doing well. How do you get a second account, Facebook account with your EIN to stay active? Again, they don't allow EINs. So if you try to put in an EIN, it's just not going to work. My mom got banned and got it back in 3 days. Thanks for letting me know. I'm assuming you did the same thing that everybody else is doing, or that we're all doing, just trying to appeal. And everybody's gotten banned for pretty much the same reason. What tips do you have for someone selling on Facebook with a budget of around 1K? How many listings should I put up so that I don't have cash flow problems while waiting for the platform to pay out? Honestly, just list cheap items and go slowly. And if you start making sales, then, slow it down or put them on a stock. If not, then list more items, but if you list cheap items, then you won't have to worry too much about, oh, well, I sold 2 items that were $400 in the matter of 20 minutes and now I'm screwed, or 3 items. Sell items sub $25 or sub $50 and you should be fine. Barry Little, how's it going, Barry? Hope you're doing well. Talked to you yesterday. Thank you for the help through the emails that you sent me. I sent them to my mom. Did you get your Facebook shop to Facebook Marketplace to work? It was working, and then they pretty much stopped working. It was going up to 300 plus impressions a day. With very little items that I had picked and choose. I just kind of bulk uploaded a bunch of items, and then one day it kind of just stopped, and then it was only getting 18, 20 impressions a day, which I don't think that I don't think that really does anything if you're only getting 320 to I don't know, around there impressions. You're not going to make very many sales, or any, because I only made 1. But I do think it will be updated in the future. No, I didn't do. You still did 250K in sales. It's pretty damn good. Anybody outside? Okay, asking the same question again. Besides the course methods, what are the best ways to source hot items? I mean, the course methods, that's the best ways. When will the course update be live? Again, I'm not gonna, we're hoping by the 15th of May, but it's gonna be within May. And even if, so you're inside of the course, but even if you're not inside of the course is not gonna go live until all these issues, really get sorted out. That's why we're hesitant on trying to make updates right now, because they're introducing this beta program where you can list on a business page, and they're introducing all these other things, and everybody's really getting screwed over right now. So we're hesitant to make updates, but we do need to make, there's certain updates that we need to make that will happen no matter what. So that answers that question as well. Do you all work a normal job? I don't. My Facebook got restored and disabled within a few days after sending a selfie video. You're the first one I've heard going as far as a selfie video in order to, and then they ban it afterwards. So I really hope that, it gets figured out, because I haven't even heard of too many people having to put the selfie video, which I think is sketch as all hell, honestly, to begin with, but hopefully this gets figured out. Best way to keep inventory. If you're inside of the training, it's going to be, SKU grid notifications. That's the way that we teach it. A lot of people I know just don't even do inventory, don't even keep inventory, just sell items that are like always in stock. There's a surprising amount of people that I've talked to that just don't keep inventory at all or stock. They seem to be doing fine, but my VA said internet over where she is really bad. So what I'm thinking about is maybe the VPN disconnected and reconnected, and that within the time frame. Facebook recognized an unfamiliar IP. What do you think? No, I don't think so. Could be wrong, but I've heard the backdoor hack only works on iPhone. I couldn't get it to work on Galaxy. Oh, I only have an iPhone. I don't know. I don't use a Droid, so I'm not sure. I don't see the links to the videos in the description box. Again, the links in the description will be posted after I go live. I can't put them up while I'm going live. It's pretty hard to answer questions and do it at the same time. Tends to happen, Clint. Make sure your VPN has the kill switch on. Unfortunately, switch VAs or unfortunately switch VAs. Yeah, I mean, you can't have a kill switch. The kill switch is basically if the internet dies out, it'll make sure that like it just disconnects from everything. Banned first time back in December. I got sick and did not have access to PC. I ended up canceling a lot of orders. Took me 2 months before they approved me to get back. In second time banned, I believe was too many FT. I mean, you shouldn't be canceling orders. I mean, I understand if you're sick or something, but you can upload things on your cell phone and everything. I mean, that's just not the best excuse. Julie says, smash the like button. Tom, you rock. Thank you very much. Even though I am sick right now and I can barely talk, but my cameraman came here last weekend and he showed up and he was probably the sickest I've ever heard anybody. Maybe had COVID. I have no idea. I've gotten banned a few weeks back. They made me change my password. And then a few days later, I got a ban. Got back within 24 hours. I was using a VA with a dedicated private VPN IP. Again, we've had people since then. I haven't allowed anyone other than myself to use it. I'm going to wait until the Facebook marketplace becomes more stable for it. Yeah, again, I've seen people getting banned without using VAs. It's really, it's all over the place. You need to get in contact with Mark Zuckerberg himself. I would have some very unkind words to say to that man, so I probably shouldn't talk to him. I do want to get in contact with that Amelia Clay woman, but the fact that she posted that she bought a brand new Mercedes-Benz convertible the other day, 19 hours ago, while not allowing any posts in the shipping on marketplace or any updates in that group, kind of goes to show what type of woman she seems to be as well. Do you still recommend to list 20 products daily? I mean, yes, don't list too much, especially in today's turbulent times. Have you done any Amazon or Facebook drop shipping? Do you create a new Prime account to use or do you use your personal one? I'm worried about getting banned on Amazon by shipping to different addresses. There's a lot of people that do it. I don't do it personally. I use other suppliers. Just create another Prime account. It's like $12.99 a month. So if you believe that you can make more than that, then just create a new one. The Facebook account did get fully banned. No personal access for 30 plus days. You could buy an Oculus and contact their support. They'll unban the account, then return it. Worst case scenario. Is Oculus that like VR headset or some shit? I don't even know what that is. I'm assuming that they just care more about that, so they actually have a support for it. That's actually like a good tip right there. Yeah, they're no help. My tax verification has been fixed in over a month, and they said it'll take 2 days. Again, they said in the updates that I'll be posting in the description down below after this that pretty much you need to reapply. I never even had to update anything, or I never had to upload photo IDs or anything. I think that's if the account's newer. I have no idea. Everything's all over the place. I can't be the all-seeing eye on this stuff as much as I would love to be. Like with eBay, I feel like I know everything. With Amazon, I feel like I know at least like 90% of things. With Facebook, like I'm as in the. I mean, I feel like I know more, obviously, because I have so many people telling me so many different things. Like, oh, this happened to me, or this happened to so and so, or this, somebody told me this. But again, they don't really tell you anything, and the platform's so new that there's really no like, all the urban legends or things that have happened over time, like on eBay or Amazon. I got banned without using any VA or VPN, so there we go. That's an example of that. My grandma's accounts, I've got taken down again after I just got it back, and she's in another state. Could this be why? I doubt it. What is the best strategy to make the most money on marketplace overall? Keeping your account active, but again, I mean, it's just listing proper items, hot selling items, and then just listing more of them, finding a good niche that you like to sell in, if you want. We've seen most people that are doing very well, students, are going down and selling like specific items. And they notice one niche does well, so then they go and they list more and more from that niche. There's weird things that sell well on that platform. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you from there. They reached out to me for the business beta, scheduled and rescheduled with Derek Mitchell 3 times, and they kept saying they're pushing it back because they're not ready. Okay, thank you for answering that question, Braden, because they clearly are not ready. And I was going to say, if they were going through with this business beta, like while all of this stuff is happening, they'd be like absolute idiots. So I'm glad to hear that they're not, because I mean, that'd just be literally like the worst business decision ever. Have you tried AutoDS for Facebook Marketplace? No, I have not. He keeps begging me. I just don't like people begging me to use their software. And that's kind of it. That's how I feel about it. Do apps like ZDrop cause these bans? I do not think so. You mentioned that earlier. I don't think ZDrop does. I don't think having the VPN or your VA in there does. I honestly think it was just a big security issue. They put an update in, expecting things to work properly, and then they just didn't, and they banned a bunch of people because there's not enough people working. They're going to say it's because of COVID, but I can just guarantee you Marketplace itself, that section of Facebook is completely understaffed, and they're just overwhelmed, and they can't put they don't have human beings in place for a lot of this stuff. If you ever run ads on Facebook and get your Facebook ads banned, you can almost never talk to a real person. They don't have real people. They're on par with Amazon being terrible at customer service. Where can I buy another Facebook account? I don't suggest it, but there's definitely just marketplaces on the internet. I bought one once, but it was located in Mexico. They told me not to change my location, so I just stopped doing it. Just Google it if you want to attempt to, but I don't think it's the best idea. They're making money, but they don't want to talk about it in the group. Sounds like BS. Exactly. Thanks. I mean, it's Facebook. They censor and ban and do whatever they want. My EIN worked, but my account's been disabled twice. Your EIN probably didn't fully work. If you check, usually the numbers aren't there, or it's messed up, or it's formatted improperly, and they don't say that you're allowed to list an EIN number. Are there any people who don't have the shipping option that are crushing it? Again, we've had students in the past mention it. I haven't seen too many people mention it recently, but again, I'm sure they're just trying to go off radar, and there's a bunch of other issues I've been trying to deal with. Yo, Tom, I heard you're living in the Philippines. I'm not living in the Philippines. I'm living in Mexico. How's Mexico literally the next question. How's Mexico treating you? Do they have any lockdown mask crap in Playa del Carmen? No, there's no mask. So supposedly I think you're supposed to wear a mask around, but like only half people do. The same rules in some places where you have to wear your mask to enter a restaurant, and then that's it. But most restaurants or bars don't really care. But they try to implement some form of mask things, like getting onto the ferry, they make you wear a mask. They were real strict about it. But then they have the clubs rat packed until 4 a.m. in the morning every night. So it doesn't really make any sense to me. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like regular life. There was one point in time when they put a barricade up in one of the streets, and they funneled people through an entrance and an exit just at one part. And they made you put hand sanitizer on your hands, and then that was it. And that only lasted for 2 days. I'm not really sure. I also can't really read Spanish very well, so I don't know if there's signs or things saying it. But again, they've been open the whole time. It's Mexico. They don't seem to follow very many rules. And I enjoy it down here. I'm going to Costa Rica next week. I don't know if I'm going to stay there or not. I have no idea if I'll like it. What platform is best to start selling on right now? I mean, I would have said Facebook Marketplace even as of a week ago, but right now, I mean, I feel like there is a bunch of issues going on where maybe try slowly and go from there. It's still so easy to get started on that I do suggest it, but it's just hard to really back it at the moment. Use a credit card if you have one. Sets you up with a larger budget. True. eBay. What's up, guys? How's it going, Ben? Thanks for showing up. I'm going to do a full review of the course on YouTube for all those outside of the U.S. that don't have the shipping option. I smashed the dislike button. Thanks. Let go, man. You're really killing it out there. When you have COVID and can't breathe, 17 days, 13 days in the ICU, I literally could not work. I sent a dozen messages to Facebook. Yeah, I guess that's an excuse to miss some. Sorry to hear that. Oculus is owned by Facebook, and you need a Facebook account to use it. Oculus support will forward the issue to Facebook. There's a high success rate of people getting their account back. I'll look into that because I do think that is very intriguing or a very interesting find, because at that point in time, like, I don't even know how much an Oculus costs. I feel like it's probably too much money, but if it's a last case scenario, then, why not attempt to do such a thing? But again, we'd have to look more into it. But it seems like if it's one of those like fancy products that they're trying to really push, that you will actually get, a higher likelihood to like an actual response. So what is the best strategy to make the most money on Marketplace overall? You asked this question already. It's about listing as many products as possible and going out of your way to, differentiate your items, or make sure that you're listing items that are selling very well. And once you get to finding those specific items, because there's items that I found that sell very well that I would have never expected, that I don't usually sell. I know people that are selling literally one whole niche of items that I would never have expected to sell well. They started making bundle packs. They started buying them off Amazon, taking their own pictures of them, which I think is something to really look towards in the future, because it does seem like, they are looking for more, you have these items yourself, and to differentiate that way. Wholesale onto Marketplace. Yes. I mean, it's the same thing as retail on a Marketplace, but with wholesale suppliers, it allows you to list items that might not be on specific retailers, or get better prices, or just not be listing the same items. Like, I can look at some items that are from Walmart or that are from Home Depot or Amazon that are on Marketplace, that I see hundreds of people selling the same item already. You know what I mean? Where if you have a wholesale supplier, at that point in time, if they're trying to compete with you from a retailer, they're not going to be, because usually those people are drop shipping from that wholesaler onto Amazon, or that wholesaler onto eBay, or that wholesaler onto Walmart. So if you have that wholesaler as well, then unless that person also has it, it's a higher just barrier to entry, and other people won't want to compete with you, or won't even be able to compete with you. And at that point in time, the only issue is that you're going to have all stock photos, which they've seemed to allude to not liking. So hopefully, hopefully it's not that big of a deal. But yes, wholesale onto Marketplace. How's it going, Tiffany? Thanks for showing up. You seem to be a regular now, so I appreciate it. Is there an issue with using your social security number on more than one or different accounts? I would think that there's an issue with it. I haven't done it myself, just because they can easily track that. And Facebook says technically you're not allowed to have multiple accounts. Why did I move to Mexico? I moved to Mexico because it's warm, because it's less restricted, because it's cheaper, more fun. I don't know. It's everything. Like, my apartment here is bigger and nicer than the one in Boston, and it's much less than what I paid in Boston. I'm dying over here. Like 40% of the price. Everything's cheaper. You can get the other day I went out with my friend, and we got like street cart tacos. We got 12 tacos and a bottle of water and a bottle of Pepsi Light, as they say. And that was $12 altogether with a tip. So it's $12 for 12 tacos, a bottle of water, and a 20-ounce Pepsi Light. So I like that. Are you living in Playa del Carmen? Yes. I've been here for 3.5 months. I'm leaving for Costa Rica in like a couple days. I think my flight's the 2nd of May. And that's what I'm up to. How's it going, Matt? What's up? I was crossing Facebook along with 3 other friends who had the same stuff happen, locked out. I had to send a selfie twice, got back for 1.5 days, made 30 sales, and locked out again. So again, it's happening. People are getting banned left, right, and sideways. It's happened to me. It's happened to everybody. It's just, it's terrible. And I don't know what to say about it. It's clearly Facebook is messing up, and they've at least acknowledged it to a degree. How is Home Depot for Mason Marketplace as a supplier? You can use it. Man, you couldn't pay me to go to Mexico. It's scary there. You're wild. I mean, I just think that you've been watching too much of the news. You couldn't pay me to go walk around LA right now, or Portland, Oregon. That seems scary as well. There's specific spots of Mexico that are clearly just very touristy, and you're not you're most likely not going to die. I'm not going to guarantee anything now. How would you start Facebook Marketplace dropshipping with only $1,500? Any advice or strategies? So somebody asked us about $1,000 earlier. Same strategy. I would list items that are, much cheaper, so that way, if you don't, if you sell a couple of them, you're not going to be all out of money. And at that point in time, process them, make the profit, and go from there. So you don't have to list expensive ones that you might overextend yourself. Why did you leave America for Mexico? Same reasons I mentioned earlier. Just doesn't seem to be worthwhile to be living there at the moment. Thanks for answering all my questions. You're welcome. Tom, do you have to convert your currency? I mean, almost everywhere takes a credit card, unless you're going to unless you're going to like little taco stands or things like that, or just like the more off the beaten path area, then you can get cash and pay cash. Yeah, you have to convert it. It's really not that big of a fee. And at that point in time, I didn't take out cash for the first month I lived here. And then I started going to other little places, smaller places. I took out some cash, but honestly, I don't usually take it out. There's ATMs, and sometimes the lines to the ATM are just like extremely long. So it's kind of a pain, but most places take credit card. You should be fine. Do you have a combined course for wholesale on Amazon, eBay? And no, I do not have a combined course for all of those now. Can my VA join the live group coaching call tomorrow? On the 1st of May. Yeah. Just send them the link. Watch out for the pickpockets in Costa Rica. They target gringos. I'm sure they do. I'll have to watch out for it. I'm going to be meeting up with somebody from Costa Rica. So hopefully, with this mean tan I've gotten, tannest I've ever been in my life, they'll mistake me as Costa Rican. I should be fine. Have you contemplated moving to Puerto Rico for the tax benefits? No, just because I think Puerto Rico is too damn small. I've been there 4 times. I love it there, but it's too small, and it's just really something that, you do save some good money by applying for that. But also, what if Puerto Rico becomes a state like they've been talking about? I feel like all those tax benefits are going to go away. They've already made it harder since it came out in 2016 or 12, I forget, to get it done. It just seems like more of a problem in general, where I'd rather just move around to other places. Portland's fine. There's barely any violent crime. Yeah, I just don't want to see homeless people everywhere. My buddy has 4 VAs, all listing on Mercari with stock photos. He's doing well. 15 days, $400 profit. I'm looking into Etsy, selling digital designs and t-shirts, dropship. Mercari, as somebody did mention, under here says that it's against the terms of service. It is against the terms of service. I don't know how he's getting around it, because I believe they track the specific tracking numbers that you're using and where the items are being shipped from. I'm not sure. I've seen some videos on it, but glad to hear he's at least doing well with it or seeing some success. But of course, as Anthony said below, just be careful. What are some issues you have? Can you address them? I'm not sure if that's what that's in regard to. I know I asked this before, but for an update, have you looked into the foreign earned income? Yeah, this is exactly why I'm here. I've looked into it enough. I've looked into it enough to realize that I'm probably going to have to get some form of a new CPA. And make sure that everything's set up properly. But I'm just not gonna go back to the U.S. and hopefully get the 330 days out of the country bona fide resident thing, and then be good. That's why I left on the 18th of January, so I only had 18 days in the country. Careful with Etsy. I sell on Etsy, and a buddy has gotten their account banned and was doing wholesale. I feel like they have a rule against stock images, I believe, is Etsy's issue. Chicago is a solid place. I'm just going to leave it at that and laugh at that. Which one of your wholesale course would you suggest is better? We only have one wholesale course, and it's the eBay wholesale training. And that's the only one that we talk about wholesale on. We don't have an Amazon one as of now. I'm not sure if we will ever. And then Facebook, you can just take the premise of the eBay one and list it on a Facebook Marketplace. We've had a lot of people just start listing or selling on Facebook Marketplace without even having the training and doing very well. So, I have one last question. So one last question here. Be sure to smash the like button. Let's get this out to as many people as possible. I'm going to get all these links that I've talked about. If you showed up late, you didn't see them, but I did share a bunch of links to different things. Make sure you're joining the Selling on Facebook or selling on marketplace Facebook group. And, just read through it, stay updated, because if you're in that group, you know as much as I do, until maybe I reach out to somebody from that group that's a moderator. Hey, Tom, what's up? I have a question. Is there a way to pay for your mentorship on a monthly? We do have a group training call that's every month. If you're inside of one of the courses, you can sign up for it. And at that point in time, it's like $20 a month for that. I suggest that's the way to go. I don't really do one-on-one training anymore. I've just noticed it's just very inconsistent, and I don't really enjoy doing it that much. Chicago isn't terrible depending on where you live. Don't talk. I don't know. I would never live there. I'm sorry. Do you have a link to your eBay wholesale course? Message me on Instagram. Yeah, that should also be linked below, but I know that you've messaged me on Instagram before, and that should be it. So like I said, smash that like button one last time. Let's get this video out. Like, I know that this isn't a happy news video, but I figured I'd obviously have to address it. Like, I'm not going to not address it for all you guys that are watching and gals. And I just wanted to make sure that, I've done as much research as I possibly can at the moment. You know as much as I do now, if you've watched this entire thing. And moving forward, we're just hoping that everything gets as fixed as quickly as possible, and that this becomes the #1 priority of their team. Considering we've learned that they've stopped some of their beta programs or postponed some of them in order to, hopefully fix some of these issues. And, let's just try to move forward and become better, overcome this. And I really do think that once this, if everything gets figured out on Facebook, like, I really do wholly believe that Facebook is going to be the biggest money-making movement you can make, like, out of any platform in the next year to two to come, once they get everything figured out. So hopefully this video is helpful. I'll put all the links in the description to the next 30 minutes. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.